Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to show you acrylic overlay on natural nails. Okay, so this is the nails of our clients today. This is the second time this client is coming to me for her extensions, and last time we did polygel overlay over her nails, but this time the nails are not in that great condition because she don't really do extensions all the time. She just do like whenever there is an occasion or something. So we are going to fix the length of certain nails, we are going to do a little bit of correction on certain nails, and then we are going to do overlay. So before I start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also don't forget to like this video and don't forget to share it with your friends. And thank you all for supporting my channel. So it has been like really good with analytics and numbers, so please keep supporting. So now let's start with the video. As usual, I'm going to start with my prep work. So for the prep work, I'm here using an orange wood stick to gently push back the cuticle. So this makes our work easier when I start with my e-file manicure. So you just gently open up the cuticle area, and then you can start with your dry manicure. So if you see here, she has some leftover nail polish. Normally if it's like completely painted, then I use acetone to remove it and then I start with the dry manicure, but here it's like a little leftover only, so I didn't bother to like remove it. Anyways, we are going to buff and remove the shine of the nail plate. So when we do the filing, this will anyways go away. Okay, so that's why I did not remove it. Maybe some of you have this question. Okay, so while pushing back, just make sure you're gentle with your orange wood stick. But in case if you don't have orange wood stick, you can also use a metallic cuticle pusher. But the difference between metallic cuticle pusher and the orange wood stick is this one is like use and throw. Metallic one, after every client you have to make sure you are disinfecting and sanitizing your equipment. Okay, so here we have kind of completed the pushing back, and now I'm going to switch to my electric file. So certain nails here are especially the middle one are growing towards the sides, and another thing I noticed is her nails, when it grows out like to a decent length, it starts to curl also. Okay, so that is a little tricky when we basically do the extension. If I'm doing extension, obviously I'll trim down it as much as possible, but here we are just going to do overlay. So anyways, let's see how it goes. Okay, so now I switched to electric file. So here I am using an electric file which has like a high speed of 40,000 rpm, and I am using a diamond bit. This particular one is called flame bit, which is like kind of my go-to bit, and the machine is running on an 18,000 rpm speed. And when I'm doing the right side, as I always mention, I use the reverse mode. When you're doing towards the right side, you use the reverse mode, and when you're doing the left side, you can switch back to forward mode. Okay, so here again I'm pushing, and I'm just making sure that there is no dead skin or anything over the nail plate. I'm also cleaning the nail plate in between so that I can see where I have to like really use my machine. And after cleaning up the cuticle with the bit, I switched to a hand file. You can also use a sand band. I decided to go with hand file because anyways we are just going to do overlay, so it's okay. So as you can see, when I turn the finger, see how the nail is curved right around the free edge area. See how that is curved. So here I'm using the 180 grit side and just buffing off all the shine and that leftover nail polish from her nails, just making sure the nail has like absolutely matte finish. Okay, don't over file it. Here I don't, when I use my hand file, I don't really do any pressure. I just let it like slightly buff the shine, so you don't have to over file it. So sometimes your clients say, okay, after doing my extension my nails are like really paper thin. So that happens when you're over filing the nail plate. Just make sure you don't over file it. Okay, after buffing off all the surface shine, then I decided to trim the cuticle. So I'm using a cuticle nipper here. I'm still learning how to use the cuticle scissor. That takes more time. So since I'm working on a client, I can't like waste my time. So I'm using my cuticle nipper to trim it. I think maybe I'm so used to cuticle nipper, that's why I'm having trouble with your cuticle scissor. I'm also kind of like moving to use my electric file to kind of trim the cuticle. So in the upcoming videos you will see me using the round bit more often. Okay, So here I also did a gentle reshaping of the nails. As you can see, some I trimmed down the nails where I'm going to do extension, and some of the nails I retain the original length of the nails, and then I'm going to kind of do overlays on the natural ones, and the ones that need fixing we are going to do extension. Okay, so first I'm going to start with my overlay. So I applied dehydrator and primer before I started with my acrylic application. So when we do overlay, we don't need as much product as when we do extensions. Okay, so here what we are basically doing is we are adding a layer of product, strong product, so that the natural nails are protected underneath. Okay, so when we have some product over, even if it's just regular polish, when we have something over the natural nail, then the durability of that nail increases. Okay, the more stronger the product, your nails will last longer, so you can keep on growing your nails. So anyone who wanted to have their natural nails growing and you don't want to take the risk of breaking it, it's always recommended to have any kind of overlay. You can have polygel overlay or acrylic overlay or gel overlay, anything that you like, you can do that. Okay, it gives a proper structure, your nails are clean, and also it won't break because it has like extra strength built in now. Okay, with the product. So here I kind of completed my overlay. As you can see, we are not building up any bulkiness or anything. Anyways, nails are smaller, so we are just giving like a 3 mm thickness maybe. So we are just retaining the shape also. So I finished all the natural nails, and then I started working on the crooked nails. So here you can see, when I'm checking the center of the nail, if I look from the finger bone, then you can see the center is like little off center. If I look at the center of the nail and fit the foam, then the artificial nail will also look like crooked. Okay, so whenever you have like a crooked nail, you have to look at the center according to the finger bone, and then mark the center of the nail, and then you attach the foam or the tip, and then you can build the nail. So here I have fitted the foam. So if you see, the foam looks like it's a little tilted, but that's totally fine, because once the nail is done, then it won't look anymore crooked. Okay, so I picked up the bead and I started building up my free edge area. So I'm going to kind of match the length of other nails, and then I'm going to kind of build the same almond shape. The products I am using here is from an Indian brand called Glamorous Nail Products. So the powder and the liquid both are from that brand, and the brush I am using is from Cards. It's a number 8 brush. So since we are doing like smaller nails, I decided I am going to use the smaller brush, which is a number 8 Kolinsky brush. So here, as you can see, I am not rushing myself. I took my time and I decided to build the free edge, and I have completed the free edge, and then we are going to do the second bead. So normally whenever I do acrylic extension, I prefer doing a 3 bead application method. First I build the free edge, and then I go for the second and third bead for the thickness and the apex area. So if I am doing it on a tip, then most of the time, if the length is not that long, then I prefer a 2 bead application technique, because I prefer to have like a clean application rather than like doing filing and shaping later. So I want to save time on my filing and shaping, so I take my time to do the product application. So as you can see, again the second bead, we nicely blended it with the first bead and also maintained a little extra thickness towards the stress area. So now it's time for us to apply the third bead, which is our cuticle bead, which is the most trickiest bead. I picked up a bead. Again, I need to match the length, size and shape of her natural nails. So I'm just making sure everything is kind of like similar to her natural nails, because we don't want our extensions to stand out. So I'm just going to make sure it's almost similar to her natural nails, the overlay that we did. Okay, so I blended the cuticle bead and the nails are looking pretty good. It right now it looks a little thicker, but we are going to file and shape it and make it like more matching to her natural nails. Now we have completed application on all nails, and now we are going to start filing and shaping. So I am starting with the pinky. So we are just going to do like a little bit of buffing and shaping, because the nails are already pre-shaped, so there is nothing much to do, just like fine tuning it. And on the top also we don't have much to file. I'm just gently giving like a rough shaping here, and then I'm going to do a buffing, and then I'm going to start with the gel polish application. Now I wanted to show you one more thing. So here as you can see, the ring finger and the middle finger, those are extensions. So I'm going to kind of reshape it, because the length, it's a little longer than I wanted. So I'm going to use my electric file to kind of file down the length, and I'm also going to do a little bit of reshaping using the same bit. Okay, so this one I don't think I have ever shown you how to use an e-file to kind of reshape it. So here my machine is at like 20,000 rpm, and the bit is like a light green abrasive mark. This is not like big teeth bits, these are like tiny teeth, but it's a light green color. So normally there are two greens, light green and dark green. The dark green is for like acrylic removal, this one is like a little softer one. Okay, so now I reshaped the first one, and then I did the second one, and then also use my hand file to do like a rough shaping. So now you can see they are more or less matching with the natural nail. So not exactly 100%, if you look closely you will see, but I think I did the best possible filing and shaping, so that it can match her natural nails. Let me know what you think. Okay, if you also have ever worked with a client with crooked nails, do let me know how was your experience. Okay, so now we are completed our filing, shaping, buffing, and also clean the nails with alcohol wipes, and now it's time for us to apply the color. So I'm using Canny's Jelly Colors, and it's a beautiful nude shade. She wanted something that is close to her nail color, so that's why I swatched a bunch of color for her on her nails, and then she decided she wanted to go with this one, and we applied this. And also then she wanted a metallic French tip. Okay, so we used this silver metallic gel polish to draw the silver tips of the nails, and the final look is something like this, and I really like the way it turned out, and the client was also happy. And lastly, I'm applying a little bit of cuticle oil just to make sure that her cuticle is like moisturized. And with that the tutorial ends here. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I had fun working on her nails. I think maybe next time I can do a bit more better. But anyways, it was fun. I love working on like crooked nails and weird nails. This was like totally fun, and the client was very happy. She said she liked the way the nails turned out. And with that, I'm gonna stop here, and I'll see you soon on my next video. But don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends, and I'll see you soon on my next video. Until then, stay safe, stay happy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.